Hello family, hello friends, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If today is your very first time to stumble on this channel, you are highly welcome. So today we are going to be listening from one of the medical personnel. He's a surgeon from the Presbyterian General Hospital in Kumba, where he was attending to some of these victims, some of them children that they were attacked from the crisis in Kumba. See, my people, it really shocked me. It really shocked me for say one of those children, their life they will be at stake with that picking received gunshot. You feel imagine say one of them, their parents them refuse because that pikin don lost a lot of blood. Their parents and refuse, say they no go give them, they no accept for receive blood transfusion because of religious purposes. My dear, is this thing not crazy? Is this not madness? So if the pikina finally die where there was an opportunity to save the child's life, because the child reached the hospital when she was still alive, but because of their religious background, the parents refused and threatened the doctor not to perform blood transfusion on that child. So if this particular child in question dies now, who is the real killer? My people, I beg, I want to more discuss the particular matter. Then no, more comment for comment section. If the particular picking dies, so now who kill the particular picking? Yes, because even though the crisis be let the picking for hospital, but the child had an opportunity to live again, but because of religious background, they refuse the picking, say me not take blood transfusion. This is really outrageous. Seriously, so when I got this message from Yat, when I saw this video from Yat Mama's Facebook profile this morning, I was so angry.
There was no Presbyterian General Hospital, Kumba, where we are now standing. My uniform or the dress I am wearing indicates that I'm just from church service where you met me reading the lessons of the day. This is the Christian Men Fellowship uniform of the Presbyterian Church in Cameroon.
What happened yesterday in your hospital?
Yesterday, following the security crisis in one of the schools in Fiango, that part of the story I don't have details because I wasn't there. But what I saw in my institution is what I will tell you. We received 4 severely injured children here yesterday, whose ages range from about 9 to 16. In fact, the first 2 we received, a boy of about 9 years, had bullet wounds on the gluteal region, the buttocks. These wounds, which were caused by a penetrating injury, in our own terms, of course, gunshot, were not so severe to have injured the bones because he could move his limbs. His general condition was very stable and he was so fine. So we dressed the wounds. Since we could identify where the bullets entered and came out, and because the injuries were not so big, we took care of the injuries and gave the treatment, appropriate treatment to the child. In fact, we kept him in the hospital for observation so that if there's any developing complication, we can handle it adequately. The next one was a small girl of about 10 years. In fact, she came with bruises on the chest, on the back, and on the legs. I feel she might have incurred those while running. There was no obvious penetrating injury, so we didn't think she had a gunshot wound, which is why we treated her as an outpatient. We gave her the necessary treatment and we discharged her home. Asked her to come again so that we can continue to review her. So she left and went home. The next two were the most severe of them all. The first was a girl of about 14 years. She incurred abdominal wounds. In fact, the bullets entered from the back and came out from the abdomen in front, carrying along with them the intestines and probably other organs, but mainly the intestines were visible out there and they were bandaged. So we took her directly into the theater. Seeing that she had bled so much, our intention was to give her more blood so that she can come up to be fit for surgery that was going to be carried out. But the family vehemently refused to take blood transfusion on religious grounds. Our insistence could not give any good results because the parents threatened me, who was to operate on them, that if I touched them, I was going to have it. And if you get that kind of threat from an African, you certainly don't take it lightly. And of course, they went through the legal process of signing out the daughter, signing a paper that they were taking the daughter away against medical advice, and so brought a vehicle and carried the daughter away in that critical state. The next one was in the theater, a young girl of about 13 years. I'm sure we saw her in the ward presently. We took her into the theater and did everything to save her life. The findings in operation showed that she had the entry point on the back as well and the exit in front on the abdominal wall, carrying along with them the large intestines. So the large intestine was perforated. The liver, the right lower lobe of the liver was completely amputated, was cut off. The kidneys were touched. The lower ribs were fractured completely. The lucky thing is the lungs were not touched. And the injury on the kidneys did not look very serious. We could infer that from the bloody urine that was coming out when we had put a catheter. So the urine was colored. It was not bright red to show a lower urinary tract injury, but rather mixed and colored urine, which showed that she actually had a kidney injury. So we managed and cleaned her up, stopped all the bleeding points, repaired the perforated intestines, and then, gave her the recovery measures that made her to come up. This morning, she's very stable. There's nothing again threatening her life, and we think she's recovering. We give God all the glory for all of this. So that's the much I can tell you as far as the things that happen in our hospital are concerned. Thank you very much.
Do you have a question?
No. I think that, so maybe my last question, how are you handling the situation with the patients you have at hand? Do you have the right resources to take care of them?
We have, the church has made so much available in terms of equipment and in terms of drugs and in terms of the infrastructure that you see. I will not say it is adequate, but then it is enough for us to take care. Secondly, we have a lot of support from one of our international partners, the Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières. They too are giving us a lot of assistance. But much of the assistance also goes to the patients who receive full bill cover. They cover all their financial needs. They even provide food for them while in the hospital. Of course, I should mention that they are the ones who transported the patients to our hospital because of the partnership agreement that we have with them. So for now, I think we are receiving quite a lot of support from them and from the church, which permits us to do what we are doing in this hospital.
We learned some were evacuated?
No, we didn't evacuate any case from our hospital. We were able to take care of all that arrived here, as I mentioned to you earlier.